Welcome to a new live. Welcome if you are new. We are on day number 6 for our Sourdough Bake-a-thon. We're almost there. August has been a redemption series, so it's everything that not everything, but most of the things that I've made on live that just didn't work out. We're going through it. Yesterday was blueberry loaf. That was new, but we made banana bread, which I had an issue with the first time I went live on its own for that. That's number 1. 2, we did sweet potato bread. Came out good. And then we had a redemption pizza, but that was an issue only because my oven stopped working. So in between the time where I was baking my sweet potato bread and my pizza, the oven was doing something, so things didn't really go according to plan. Anyways, today it was voted for cranberry sourdough muffins. We're gonna make that. We have a new oven set up right over here. As you can see that, we have a new setup, which is gonna be fun. I'm a little tired today. So anytime you see me like pause, spaced out, having to think about what's going on, is because I'm tired. Okay. I'm exhausted. We're about to start. This recipe, I am going to be using a little bit of orange juice in the batter with a little bit of milk. Just a little bit differently, just because I want to see what the flavor is going to be like. I know it's going to bake up. I know. I know it's going to bake well, but I need to figure out, because here I am telling you all the different things that you can do when I'm not actually showing you how to do it. Okay. So first things first, we're gonna say hello to our discard, and we are using Bread Junior. If you are new, I started my sourdough journey back in March of this year, and this is our discard container. This is what we have. So I'm just situating the camera so you get a full view of what we have going on here. So this is the discard that we are going to be using. I keep it in the fridge. I took it out at about 7:30 this morning so that it can just come to room temp just a little. It's still quite cold in the middle, but I'm still going to use it. So this is what we have. He is a bit active, which is good. However, I would consider this to be an on-fed starter because I haven't added anything in like 3-4 days. So that's a good thing. So I'm just gonna get my scale because I always weigh. I don't go based by cups. So, so for the discard, we're gonna add about 150 grams. And I hold him like my baby because it's my child, okay? We're gonna add about 150. I don't need this big spoon. 150 grams, which is about 3/4 cups, roughly. And I like doing this first only because I don't want to go over the amount. Because every time I go over the amount, the product is dense. The product is gummy and thick. That's not what I'm going for. So I try to be precise when it comes to the discard. Everything else is up in the air. But the discard, because I've done it where I bake things and I'm like, oh, let me just put in 100 grams. Let me put in 200 grams just to see what would happen. And even with breads, it's always the same experience. Now, if you are saying hello in the chat and I'm not responding, it's because my chat disappears and I'm not able to see it. But if you have it, that's okay. Good morning to you. Welcome. Okay, so we're gonna set aside the discard that we have. So it's 150 grams, which is gonna be about 3/4 cup. 45. Okay. Now, yesterday when I was making my blueberry loaf, mini loaves, I should say. I told you guys that you can add the zest to the sugar and it will bring out more flavor. So I'm going to do that today. Just, for the sake of experimenting and fun, and to show you that I'm not crazy. All right, so we have sugar here. I have a mixture of light brown sugar and white sugar, and that is equal to 100 grams. So 50 grams brown sugar, 50 grams white sugar. I do it that way all the time. Sometimes I will split it depending on how I'm feeling. And today I felt like a 50-50 split. Okay, and then we're going to zest the orange. I was going to call it the lemon orange. It's not really big. I don't even think this is a medium sized orange. I really think it's a small orange. But we're gonna zest it into the sugar and we're gonna mix it. You want to just zest the entire thing because I like seeing little specks of orange throughout my product, which to me is just an added bonus because you get a flavor boost and everything is good. There's so much happening going on. So we're gonna just zest this in and we're gonna rub the zest and the sugar together just so that the oils can be released, more flavor. And honestly, make sure you don't get the white because you don't want bitter. That is what you don't want. To get you a zester, um, I'm pretty sure you can use, no, you can't use a grater. Don't use a grater. We'll get you a zester that only takes off that not the white. And when you're zesting, just zest enough to go over the outer layer. Because if I continue to zest one area, yes, I'm going to expose the white. That is not what you want because it is very, very bitter. Ask me how I know. Hi, what's your name? I am family. I am family. My goodness. Hi. So just zest as much as you can. Make sure you don't expose the white because we don't want nothing bitter up in here. Now, honestly, if you don't want to use orange, you can use a lemon. They sure do. Listen, I put together goes together. So I'm not mad at that. Okay, you do whatever you want. You do whatever you use whatever you have. You do whatever you feel like making. Honestly, be creative. I mean, if you try a combination and it just doesn't work, then obviously you know it doesn't work, right? So this is it. This is the sugar and the orange. Zest, again, it is 100 grams of sugar, 50 grams of brown, 50 grams of white. You can use your hand and then little in a set, or you can use a spoon. You can put it in the bag to crumple it up. You just want to release the oil because that's really where the flavor is. And this already smells amazing. So I'm excited for what we're about to make. Okay, so once you have that ready to go, you can let it sit for a little bit. No big issue. Not a problem. We're gonna add the milk. So for the milk, I am using 80 grams, which is about a third cup, give or take. I usually weigh, so you would actually have to test it. But give or take, it's about a third. So we're gonna add some milk. That's why I had a spoon. We're gonna mix. I like doing this whenever I refresh my starter. When I use water, I add the water to the discard just so that everything is mixed in. I don't have any noticeable lumps. I don't have any discard pockets when the flour goes in. It's, there's a method to my madness that way, but I make it work. Okay, so as you can see, it's nice and smooth, no lumps, everything is mixed in. We should be good. I do have butter. I'm gonna melt it and then we'll talk about the butter. But you with your flavor choice, honestly, figure out what you want to make work with what smells good with what. I mean, cranberries is usually like citrus, cinnamon. You can even use like star anise. Spices. Just depends on what you're going for, right? Then keep it simple, but it's still gonna be cute. Okay, so I have the milk in here, so we're gonna add the sugar and the lemon zest. This is gonna give us a nice flavor boost. The color might change just a little bit, which is fine. Might get like a little orangey brown. I know what it feels like doing. Whenever we have my live streams, things happen, okay? Things happen. Play. It happens. Things definitely happen. Okay, E. Williams, thanks for coming. So we're gonna mix in the sugar. Can you guys see? Yeah, you can see. We're gonna mix the sugar in, and as you see, the change got a little brownish because of brown sugar, but it also is a bit bright because of the orange zest, which is good. Good, good. Okay, so mix it in. This is the brown thing right here. This is a vanilla, dry vanilla bean. I Once I'm done with my vanilla beans, I throw them in my sugar, and now I have vanilla sugar. That's how I repurpose things, right? And once it's done, my friend told me that she grinds it. She grinds it up, and then you have vanilla powder. So these are little things that I've been doing because one, vanilla is expensive. Red vanilla is expensive to buy. I make my own extracts. I'm just getting rid of the sugar lumps. That's a bit hard. Don't want to bite into a lump of sugar. That's not cute. Okay, so that is here. This is mixed in. This is looking nice. It's smelling delicious. I am making orange cranberry loaf. No, like muffins. That's what we're making today. Okay, so we have that mixed in. I am gonna add my flavor here. So this is vanilla extract that I made. Now you know I'm a tablespoon kind of girl, but we're using half tablespoon for the vanilla extract. And I'm gonna add some almond extract. This is the wrong one, but you can use this Clubhouse, whatever brand you guys have. You can use it. I don't want to use one. And for the almond, we're gonna add about, it's very strong, about an 8 teaspoon. Because I also find too sometimes this guy gives off a bitter taste. If you add too much of the almond, it becomes bitter, in my opinion. Thank you. Bring you guys closer because I can't see what you're saying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel prettier today. So we're gonna mix this in. And I like doing this in stages, and especially because I just saw a sugar lump right here. There we go. And especially because I'm showing you guys, the thing is, you mix all your dry ingredients together, but sugar is dry, but I put sugar in here because I want it to break apart and flavor to spread, right? The only thing that's not in here is salt. I typically don't add salt to these products. I add it to the flour. If this didn't have this card, the salt goes in with the sugar. Okay? Makes it a lot easier. The crystals break down, even flavor. I've already eaten enough things that have salt crystals and also sugar crystals, but they weren't mixed in properly. So we're gonna add the egg. One egg is about 50 grams. The recipe calls for 50 grams of eggs. It's usually one egg. Some recipes call for like 55 grams of egg, right? All right, thank you. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. If the recipe calls for something like 55 grams or 65 grams, don't just use two eggs because maybe they measured it enough for that. What I would do is crack one whole egg. That's it right there, right? And then crack another one in a separate bowl, scramble it a little, and pour the rest to make up your 55 grams, 60 grams, whatever, right? That's what I normally do. So don't just use two eggs because two eggs will automatically bring you to 100 grams and then your recipe's off. You don't want to do that. So we're going to add the egg. This is at room temperature. We're going to add it. I like to break the yolk and then mix around. You're just going to mix until all the white is blended in. But if you don't want to wait that long, scramble it before. It'll be fine. So we're just going to mix just so that everything is incorporated. And this is really and truly one of the only times you get to vigorously mix and do all of that because once the flour goes in, gentle, gentle, gentle. Okay, so we have that in. We are going to add our butter. This is melted butter. If you do not want to use butter, if you do not have butter, you can use a neutral oil, vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, probably even avocado oil, grapeseed oil, something neutral. I would stick to vegetable oil, but people have their rules about. I could even use coconut oil, honestly. I would just make sure that the flavors work. Coconut oil, it doesn't necessarily taste like coconut, but it gives you a different flavor palette. Sure, like. So I put coconut oil in everything. Okay. So we're gonna add melted butter. This is 60 grams. 60 grams of melted butter is about a quarter cup. And we're just gonna mix that in. And yes, if I was on live, maybe I'll dump everything together and mix it. But I like doing it in stages most of the time because I like to pay attention to how the batter changes, what it looks like, what it's smelling like, just so that I'm aware of what's happening. So now that we have all of that mixed in together, trying to get everything out because, butter's expensive. We're gonna add some orange juice. Remember, milk is already in here. And we're just gonna add a little orange juice. It's gonna take over. That's gonna boost our flavor. Now it might overpower it. It just might. Okay. I don't know. Because there are moments where I don't actually use milk. I will put my strainer. I just actually use the orange juice. So instead of milk, you can do everything with orange juice. That's what I do. Because I don't always have milk in the house. I don't always want to put milk in products. I don't even know what's happening here. But anyways, we're gonna cut, squeeze, and figure this out. It's always something. Because why did I see it earlier? Now I don't know where it is. So we're only gonna use about 40 grams. Not a lot. It's just to give you nice flavor. Not gonna be a lot. Maybe 2 oranges, maybe 1 big one. It just depends. Depends on what you have. If you're able to see the poll, please vote to let me know what we're making tomorrow. Okay, so this half gave me 20 grams. So the next half might give me another 20. But I'm also adding it last because I don't want it to react. This is a science experiment, okay? The full blown science experiment. It works. I know it works. It's an experiment. Okay, so that whole orange right there gave me 40 grams, which is what we're looking for. So now, as with yesterday, we're gonna have to do some quick movement because we have a new setup. We have a new stovetop oven because our main oven isn't working properly. So there's that. Okay, so this is the mixture that we have here. This is our orange juice. We are going to add it, but we're going to add it a little later. I am now going to show you the flour and the spices that we're going to be using. So for the flour, this is all-purpose flour. No bread flour, no cake flour. If you want to turn it into cake flour, 1 tablespoon out, and then put 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in. Should be good. Okay, so the flour, we have 240 grams, which is about 2 cups of flour. Salt is 1 teaspoon, which is about 5 grams. We also have baking soda because this is acidic, it neutralizes and helps it. Okay, if I don't put baking soda in this, we are gonna make dumpling. We're not about to do that, okay? So that is also 1 teaspoon. Is it? Yeah, it's 1 teaspoon. It's 1 teaspoon, which is about 5 grams. So we're just gonna mix that in. And for the spices, we are gonna be using cardamom. We used it yesterday. Using it again today. We use some cardamom, but we're also gonna add a little bit of cinnamon in it. Just because why not? So for the cinnamon, why is cinnamon not here? The cinnamon, we are gonna use I want to say a quarter teaspoon because I feel like it's too much. I have to be too much. Because you know cinnamon, you can use crushed cinnamon. I'm just using this. But I think a quarter teaspoon might be enough. Yeah, because I have to be way too much. So a quarter teaspoon of each. So a quarter teaspoon of the cinnamon. If you want to add a little bit more cinnamon, you can. I'm just doing it this way. And then you'll add a quarter teaspoon of nice flavors. Honestly, you can even use cloves. You can even add ginger, allspice. Honestly, This is a whole Christmas thing in August. You can add a whole lot of spices if you want, but I'm just keeping it simple because that's what I want right now. But yeah, you can definitely make your spice blend and add it ginger with fresh ginger in it in the batter would be chef's kiss, honestly. Just enough to get some juice. Probably great, like a tablespoon, and just use the juice, right? Okay, so this is what we have. We have the flour, the spices, the salt, the baking soda. We have the discard sugar, milk, butter, egg, lemon zest, vanilla extract, and almond extract. Here. Okay, if I forgot anything, you already know. And butter, if I didn't say butter. 40 grams of orange juice. We are going to add it, but we are going to add it right before we mix everything together to make and pan it. Okay, I gotta move fast. So I'm gonna move these out of the way because I do have a limited countertop space. I'm gonna bring the oven here and preheat it, and then we're gonna mix everything together and the muffin, and then pick the muffins. So it is gonna be fun. It's gonna go on top. Don't forget. You're gonna get to see it bake. Favorite part, honestly, because you see me mix it, but you also get to see it actually bake in the oven. So excited. Make the space, things out of the way. There's no one part I don't like. It's the limited. But we're gonna make it. Okay. So I am gonna move the camera so that you're able to see it. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're gonna have a nice view. And just yesterday, I had it on a platform. I think I'm going to put the platform back. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a superstition girl. It worked yesterday on the platform. Let's bring it back. It's pretty much what we did. So let me just make sure this is set so it doesn't fall or anything. I'm going to plug it in and turn it on. This is what I have to do right now. So when we were midday for our pizza, it was pizza in the oven, 350, and the pizza still white. Like, no, ma'am. Just rude. My husband was disrespectful. Pay me some perfection. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna move you. Once it's in the oven, this is what you'll see. Right? So right now, nothing, chilling, baking. This is gonna be the angle you see for me to mix the products. Make sure it's not too close. You know, it's just be happening over here. Okay. How do we do this again? I tested it last night just to make sure it was working. So we're gonna do the bake, and I want the temperature to be at 375 preheat. But I'm not gonna press on yet. Let me get my pans. So I had to get these quickly yesterday. Is my audio choppy? I'm sorry. I'm not sure why. It could be the internet connection. I have no idea. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So I got these yesterday. I had to get these yesterday. because my regular pans would not fit in this little micro mini. Okay, so you're welcome. Here's the thing. So I'm just gonna light these. Oh, yeah, I think it's because I'm moving away from the receiver. I'll work on that. Don't worry. I'm gonna work on the setup. You're gonna be good. Okay, so I'm going to line my baking trays. I'm gonna put this disclaimer out here. I've never baked anything at all with these pans ever. So if they burn, it's not my fault. Okay? You have a new oven, so it's not the oven. It we're gonna blame the pans. Okay? But it should be fine. This oven seems to be just what I need right now. My only dilemma is whenever you mix anything that has baking soda, baking powder, yes, it you have to pan it and bake it. Because we let it sit for a little too long, right? So that's gonna be experiment number two. The first one is the orange. The second is can uh can the batter sit for like 20 minutes and still bake out correctly, right? Oh, I'm blaming everything but myself. What you mean? Why would I take the blame when I executed this perfectly. No ma'am. The reason why I'm saying that only one fits in. Two can't fit. I already tried. Only one fits. Okay, so we have that. Then you got my scoop out. Now I think I'm still gonna use my yellow scoop because the lid goes over. I don't think there'll be any spillage. You know, what, let me get the rest. This is 24 ounce, and this is 20. Does that make sense? These are not ounces. This is the size difference, right? This might be too small. This might be too much, and I don't have one in between. We're gonna make it work though. Just hold on. Okay. So this is the batter that we mixed up. The discard and everything in here. The only thing that's missing from this is the orange juice. I was gonna say apple juice. I don't know why I was about to say apple juice. Uh, no. The mini oven, look, the thing is, right? It has okay, good, it's not hot. It has multiple shelves. Bottom. This can't fit on here. Oh, so this only goes on the bottom, right? Now if I have shout out to Gormia, she cool, she cool. Now the other ones, just to show you, because I know someone else might have that question. So we have other attachments, whatever. I'm pretty sure maybe it can work. But the problem is, right? So the problem is, if I put it in, there's a possibility that they're gonna rise up and touch here. This is my brain. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But if I put it here, I feel like it's too close to the top. That's my thing. But I don't know. I've never baked in these mini ovens. So if anyone has experience, let us just know. I don't know. I mean, this could work. I am just not clear on if it would actually be successful, right? Because I can probably turn this on. It's probably not gonna raise up that much. So maybe I'll probably turn this one here, put this one here. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. I thought about this last night because they don't have more. If they had more than one of these trays, maybe. But they only have this one, and no, I'm doing my way. I'm doing my way. Wait, hold on. I'm doing the most. I'm doing it my way. How many songs do we say? My way. I just don't wanna. I don't wanna overload this baby, and then it says you ain't doing nothing else. So I'm just gonna do it one at a time. That way, honestly, equal circulation. You know, even because if we can bring this here, I feel like now it's too close to the top. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna bake it. We're just gonna do it one at a time. And honestly, I'm okay with the experimenting because how I will. Someone can always tell me, but then I'll know for myself. Like this is what you need to do, right? Okay, we're gonna add the the orange juice. Can you see that? There we go. We're gonna add the orange juice. Just pulp like pulp in here. We're gonna mix that in, and then we'll preheat this now. 375. I'm gonna preheat, and then I'm gonna turn it down. Okay, we're gonna add the flour, and what's the perfection? It's your fault. We're gonna add a little bit of just a little, not a lot. These aren't cut. You can cut them if you want. I didn't cut mine. Can cut them. If they're too big, just cut them in half. So you'll get some that are open, some with streaks, some that pop, but they will mostly pop. Okay? So you'll do it that way. And they are frozen because if I leave it at room temperature, it's gonna get soggy. You know how frozen fruit behaves. Okay, so we cut some up. That is 120 grams of frozen cranberries. You can actually use fresh cranberries if you have it. This is just what I'm using. Okay, so you're gonna add the flour in, and you're just gonna just gently, ever so gently, mix it in, right? So it should come together. It should look like this. And then I'm gonna the cranberries because we do have to do a little bit more mixing right there. And the rest of the flour. So it's the same flour. And we're gonna just fold it in on itself just to get rid of the flour pockets. So there will be a lot of flour pockets. So you just want to gently break it up just to ensure, because you still want a nice tender crumb. You don't want, first of all, this batter feels different from yesterday's. I don't understand why. It feels a lot more thicker. It is a different recipe. Okay, I think we're good. I keep telling you, every time I come on live, something happens. Something good, something bad, something confusing. It's always something, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. Okay, so we're just gonna pan this. I see a little bit of hot spot. Flour. Yeah. Hold on. I wish I could press pause on this because why are you rushing me? You're preheated, so why are you rushing me? Okay, do I know how this is going to be? No. This is a brand new recipe. We're using a brand new pan. I don't know, but I like what I'm seeing. I like the little streaks of, not streaks, but the little clusters of orange, the popping color of the red. I'm gonna add some top. Not to add too much. This one's gonna be small. Just just for added color. You can do that. You don't have to. I'm also going to sprinkle with a little bit of white sugar. You can use coarse sugar. I'm just using it's going to be small. I'm just using honestly crunch, like a crystallized pop. You can use brown sugar. Brown sugar is going to add that color. You'll get color with white sugar as well, but brown sugar will caramelize. They both caramelize. But I know they're nice for us. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. You guys get the pan. There we go. We're gonna start. It preheated at 375. I'm gonna bake it right now. The timer set for 22 minutes. It might be done before. Okay, now I can talk this to perfection. How's your day going? Listen, I can't multitask. I don't even try to multitask. Okay? I don't even bother with that thing. My brain is just all over the place. I'm excited. It better work. That's all I know. This batter is thicker than yesterday's batter. It's a different recipe, which is fine, but we'll see. We'll see what type of crumb structure we get, how moist it is, how tender it is. Oh, smelling something. These pans better not fail me, okay? They better not. Oh, tell Granny I think what I'm just, you know, y'all can watch it. Y'all can watch it. Just a bit. I'm smelling. I'm smelling the pan. Okay, it's gonna be interesting. Can you see the polls? Can you tell me who is in the lead for tomorrow? What are you making with your apple stove? What are you cooking? I'm excited. I'm so happy. If you guys were online yesterday, we made the mini blueberry loaves. Perfection. Okay? Because if you knew how much this other thing was stressing me out, yesterday I was so happy. I did not have a stressful bone in my body. Yes, stressful. I didn't have a stress bone in my body yesterday, honestly. It was really, really good. Okay, I see some movement. Just like them easy bake ovens. You sit down and you watch yourself bake. I can't wait. I'm not smelling the product yet, but it's coming through. And it's also moving because this one right here in the back, that guy's moving. So I want a nice dome top. Or when it gets to a certain point, it's gonna spill over. Please don't spill over. Oh, check the poll 'cause I can't see it here. I just want to see what we're making tomorrow. Okay. Hot dog is probably it's finally getting some love. Finally getting some love. Okay. I think key is to ensure that you have even scoops so that they're all even. That's like the perfectionist in me. And I already see there's like three of them that have the right amount, and then two are just struggling. These two, and then the one over here. Like, this little struggle. That's okay. It'll be fine. This is for personal consumption. I just want to make sure because I'm looking at the batter. Batter is a little tight. Because what I would probably do going forward, I would take that blueberry batter that we made yesterday, swap out the blueberries, add something else. All I do is would be swapping out the blueberries. Maybe the flavor combination, like instead of adding orange zest, maybe lemon zest, and put in something else, another fruit. Or if I wanted to make like a chocolate chip loaf, take out the lemon zest, the orange zest, and take away the blueberries and add chocolate chips and chocolate chunks. When I find one good recipe, I break that up. It's gonna make for this one, it's gonna be for this one, it's gonna be for this one. It'll taste different because of the flavors that are added, but I at least I know consistently the product is good. That's how I bake. That's how I do stuff. So we'll see. It's smelling good. There's movement. You can see it. We might get the rustic look. We might not. Yesterday we had a nice crumb, like it just baked up evenly and then it split. It just was nice and rustic, which I love. So this one, I don't know, but it's looking good. Are we gonna get some nice color? Probably. But again, this is gonna be a full experiment because this was mixed and baked. This one is gonna be sitting down for like 20 minutes. And that's okay. I covered it because I don't want it to create a skin. So it should be fine. I'm gonna top it with some strawberry cranberry, and hopefully. Oh, I already know which one's mine. See that right here? That's gonna give me the rustic look I'm looking for. Like it's gonna pop out. But it's good. This has been such a good week bake wise, minus the stress. Now I'm smelling the cranberries and the orange. Minus the stress of my oven, it's been good. It's been one of those stress free ish week. But the bakes were good. I posted every single picture because I'm proud of it. Great. So we'll see. And the good thing about this, I don't actually have to open the oven or rotate because in my oven, um, I have a hot spot. So I would have to constantly open the oven, rotate, try to figure it out. Now I don't have to do that. So this is a plus for me, a plus for you, where we stay organized, we stay, professional. We keep it pushing. Because that's the worst thing, honestly. Once I set up my demo kitchen, if I'm able to actually completely set it up properly, we're gonna be good to go. And this is gonna be okay. Oven, everything. But it's looking good. They're smelling good. They're browning nicely. They're coming up and not over. Because I believe it has even heat distribution, which I think my oven is struggling with, which is good. Because I'm even looking at the fact that we made strawberry muffins this week and we did not get a nice height like that. It kind of just came to the top and leveled off. Um, so I'm gonna have to look at the recipe to see if it's actually the recipe or it could have been the oven that created this issue. Yes, they are definitely looking good, and I'm excited. The cranberries look like they want to pop, like splat pop. Yes, I do. This oven is a lifesaver. Okay, y'all need to thank Gourmia. Okay, Gourmia, we thank you. This, oh, I can't wait to make pizza in this. I was looking online to see if I can buy like a pizza steel, not a pizza steel, but an oven steel. I think that's what they call it, a baking steel. Because I have a baking stone, but I need to get one. This is 12 by 12, the size. So I need to get one a little smaller. I mean, I think by now they would have them. So we'll see. And yes, redemption week is here. It's good. It's almost over. Tomorrow's gonna be. It looks like hot dog buns are gonna win. The stress. Because you know what's funny? This is a mini pan. This doesn't even fit in the oven. It's too big. It's way too big for this. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna bake my loaves for you guys in this. But it's gonna work. Jimmy, oh, the color is coming in nicely. Oh my goodness. Oh, also, I feel like I should have put a little more sugar because I'm looking at the sugar crystals there. Looking good. It's looking good. Oh no, this is small. Tiny. Okay. This is the size of a ruler. It's tiny. The oven outside is big because it has the buttons on it, the panel, but the interior It's 12 by 12. Oh, I brought my measuring tape out because I really needed to get the right measurement so I don't buy a pan that's not going to work. And I was able to get it delivered at 4 o'clock this morning, which I'm so happy for. Because we would still be waiting if I just let it just come regular delivery. But excited. I'm excited. And I like it. It's but I was gonna say it's browning evenly. I don't think it is. Just because of how the heat coils are. So there's one here. It's yeah. So there's one here and then there's one here. So anything that's on this side gets color. This side may get color, but the middle kind of struggles just a little. That's what I'm noticing. But it's okay. It is fine. We're gonna make it burger. I just need to see if I can get like a pizza steel. I think that's what they call them. Because I know what baking on a stone would do. So now I want to see what baking on a steel would do, right? However, I can just invest and just get a steel for big, but this big oven ain't working, so I don't want to put the into the house. Like it works, but we're not gonna trust it anymore. This is our stuff, okay? They're smelling so good. They really are. Oh my gosh, do you see the cranberry? Cranberry said you thought I was gonna stay put. So yeah, if you want to cut your cranberries in half, cut them in half. When you put them on top, make sure it's in the batter because clearly that wasn't in all the way. But I love it, nice and rustic. And then this little one, I can see it in the corner. There's one in the corner there that looks like it's ready to pop like big time. But I'm okay. They're browning nicely. We're gonna get nice color. They smell amazing, and they look like they're I did not scoop them correctly, but that's okay. You always notice these things. Sometimes you notice when I notice it when I scoop it, but I was gonna double scoop. It would not happen. Okay, so I'm gonna. It's a bad habit, but I want to rotate. I do, but the back looks like it's browning really quickly and really nicely, and the front is just chilling. The front's not even getting a 10 now. But I also want to check the support. I want to pull it out if it jiggles. So these are things I do. I'm just not opening as much as I did before. I'm just using my trusty thing right here. Yeah. It needs to rotate just a little. Just a smidgen. Then test it. Top is done. This looks like it's done. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're done. So not 20 minutes. Probably less time. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this one out. I just have to use this because these are slippery on these things, and I don't know why. Okay, so this is what we have. These are muffins. These are beautiful. Okay, nice crunchy crinkle top because of the sugar. Amazing. So I'm gonna put them on the wine rack. which I already prepared. You know what? We need more space. We definitely need more space. But we're gonna make it work. But honestly, the muffins, they look amazing. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a bright color to it. That's from the orange zest and the orange juice. If you can see the brightness of the dough, brown nicely. So from that, we're just gonna move this here. The next step that I'm gonna do, I am gonna lower the bake time. The temperature is gonna be the same, but I'm gonna lower the bake time. Just so I know precisely what time to tell you guys. So it's honestly anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes. It could be less time, it could be more time, depending on your oven. Because honestly, I'm pretty sure if we were in Big Boy, it'd still be in there. Because we'd be like, hey, what's going on? Okay, so this has been sitting for at least 20 minutes. So we're gonna mix it up. Not mix it, but we're gonna scoop it. I wanna make sure at least every bite has some cranberries. The recipe itself is supposed to be for 12. You might get more, but who's complaining about more? I'm not. And I'm also trying to get the right scoop amount. Listen, when I do this for orders, I take a knife and I make sure it's precise because that's money right there. Make sure they all look even, right? Some of them will have some cranberry streaks because the cranberries are cut. They're also softer now because they've been sitting here waiting. That's okay. You got each of them have their own unique style, but they're still delicious the same way. And if you overmix it, your batter will become tough. It will become like stringy, if there's a way to describe it. 'Cause you don't want too much gluten development, right? You just want it to be moist. Just see, like this is a little stringy. These guys have a little more, well, not have a little more work, but they've had a little more work done to them. So this recipe gives you about that's 6. This is also 6. So you probably got about 14 pieces, depending on the size of your baking. I'm slowing down because my brain is going a mile a minute right now. So just add some cranberries on top, push them in. They will come back out. And I like them being frozen. They're easy to handle, less bleeding, right? But it's okay. These are not supposed to be like these petite things. They're supposed to be rustic and unique. Why does that look like a face? So hot dog buns in the lead. I get it. I just gave another option just in case. So we're gonna add some sugar on top. We're gonna add a little more. Using a spoon, my yeah, I think my hands heavy, right? You don't have to put this much, but I like the little rustic look and the sugar crystals that form. You don't want to use this sugar, use brown sugar. You'll get a different experience with the brown sugar. You just will. If you want to use coarse sugar, you can. This one's the experimental one. But you have specks of orange bits coming through from the zest. You have the beautiful color from the cranberry coming through. It is going to be delicious because they smell amazing. So we are going to put this time for 12 minutes. We're going to see what 12 minutes looks like. And in 12 minutes at 350, I put it at 60 just so that it can warm up. It was a bit warm, but it's not hot yet. Oh, you can't see me. There we go. So 350 for 12 minutes. We're going to see. But I need y'all to just take a look at these beautiful, beautiful things. These are beautiful. We're going to bring you back over. I know why I brought this because now I have to show you this. But look at this beauty. Gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. And all you do is just use it, whatever you have. Use whatever you have. That's the best thing that I can tell you. If the recipe calls for blueberries, but you have cherries, that's what we're making. Cherries. That's it. That's the only thing I can tell you. The recipes that I give you can most 100% double for something else. So why not? Why not experiment? Now I have two working recipes because I know one will definitely be a loaf cake. Turn it into a loaf cake. Not an issue, right? I can make muffins. So that's two things I can make with this, which is really a good thing because if I don't want to make muffins today, if I don't want to make a loaf, I don't want to have to look for a brand new recipe for a loaf. That's how I make my products because I want to be able to say, listen, this is what I want today. This is everything that I have in the house. I should be able to make it. So that's the good thing about this. So we're going to check at 12 minutes to see, but it's roughly about, I think it'll take like a full 20 minutes. So I'm just going to scoop this so that I can soak this all. But I'm so happy. Listen, you already know if I was using the big boy, we've been stressing. I've been stressed. And you know what I realized? And it's something I keep realizing in my life. Yes, I'm going to preach to you for 2 seconds. Is you don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? You know how long this has been sitting downstairs just waiting for me to use it? You don't know until you know. And sometimes you don't know until you're forced to know. You're forced into another space where it's like, listen, it's either this or nothing. Like, what are you going to do? Okay? So we make it work with what we have. That's what we do around here. We don't go extra and do all the extra things unless we need to. So this is probably going to give me about two good ones. So I'm just going to scoop and hope, and that will be the last thing that I bake. Yeah. And the other thing about the recipe that I didn't say for this one, but I said yesterday, for the sugar content, you can play between 80 to 100 grams. This actually has 100 grams because um, cranberries are a little tart. So you just need that added oomph, right? But the only reason why I say play with it is because yesterday we made blueberry loaves, and that only had 75 grams of sugar. However, if you were to drizzle it with an icing sugar or glaze it, whatever, it will be too sweet. Because you know you've eaten muffins where it's like, am I supposed to eat this for breakfast? Exactly. So play with the sugar content. Think about the content, the sugar content of your products. If you have sweet blueberry, you do not need a sweet blueberry batter. That's just too sweet. You don't need it. You know, people might say, no, that's not it." Nah, because there's a lot of things that you can counteract it with. You know, if it's not sweet enough, do like what tea does, honey butter. Done. Then you have your added sweetness, but you have something that's nice and light and airy. So you just play with it. That's what I do. I can only tell you what I do. Not an expert, you know. I'm just a girl trying to survive. That's it. I mean, I could call myself an expert. Not, I just think that we, myself included, overthink things too much, complicate things way too much, when all it is just a simple this or a simple that, right? But you do what works for you. I know I am an expert. Ow. Sure am an expert. You know, I just don't come across as one. I'm well learned, not expert. Then that would mean that I have nothing else to learn. I have so much more to learn. And sourdough is my learning task of the year. It really is. It's a learning. I stayed away from it so much because I just never. I'm afraid of it. Everyone made it so scary to even try it. You know, because they make you feel that if you don't have a crumb that's full of holes, then it's not a good sourdough bread. Wrong. A good sourdough bread to me is a delicious sourdough bread. Like, how dare you tell me my bread ain't good? So I'm just trying to learn it. That was my for the year. Learn it, appreciate it, understand it, eat it, and get back. Listen, okay? Bubbling over. All I'm saying. Yes, yes, yes. Experts do that. But I do experiment. I love it. But I slowed down because is it COVID? Yeah, prior to COVID, I mean, every week I was baking something different. I was trying something different. And then COVID came and everything slowed down. Like everything slowed down. So now I'm actually feeling like I'm getting back to the place where I'm making notes, experimenting, trying different things. Some of the times we make things here, it's the first time I'm making it. Do you know how scary that is? You ever see competition bakers? They practice that. Do this on live stream with y'all? What? So it's just something that I like doing, you know? If I had unlimited resources, this every single day, like every day, I would get up and say, "Oh, maybe I should make this. Maybe I should try this." But since I my resources are limited, I use what I have around the house. Maybe I might need to get one additional thing. If I don't have butter but I have cream, I make butter, right? I can't make eggs, and I'm allergic to flax seeds, so I have to buy eggs. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can use chia seed to make it, but I'm not going for egg free. You understand what I'm saying? What my kitchen regular fluorescent, the fluorescent tubes. I don't even know. That's been up there for years. It's just the long tubes. That's it. I think it's a 60. Oh, what does it say? Gosh, 60. I'm way off. It says 15 watts, 60 hertz. That's what it says, but I don't actually know what the bulb is because I don't change them. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't upgrade. The There used to be a casing over it, and one day the casing decided that it don't want to be up there anymore. I was walking by the kitchen and it said, "So it broke," and we just never put it back. So that's probably why I'm getting the full strength of the light. So this was like 10 minutes. It's a good starting point. I said 10 minutes, 12 minutes. So we have one more minute for this set to bake. So I'm thinking the sweet spot is anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes. 20 minutes is probably going to take it to super, super dry. And you don't want dry. These might not be dry, but they might not be as moist as these ones. When the timer goes off, I'm going to add at least 3 more minutes because I know it's out of this. I haven't cleaned it yet. I mean, I wiped it down, but I haven't actually sprayed anything. I just use water, but this is new. It's just been sitting in my basement for my demo kitchen. So the glasses are still really clean, like clean, clean. There's no there's no splatter anywhere just yet. Um, but if I do, I probably have to just do regular cleaner. Sure, we're gonna add 3 minutes. Let me just pull this out just to see. Give me 1 second. Because if they're looking good, they are looking good. I don't know why I put this. Where's my snap? Where's my tongue? This is so slippery. Yeah. We need a little more time. Gonna turn it around. Oh, these babies are beautiful. Yes, you are. Beautiful just like your mom. Gorgeous. Okay, so probably about actually I think all of that and maybe the one thing I said I was gonna do, test it. 10 minutes is actually what they need. 10 minutes. That is 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We did 10 minutes. I'm just gonna add 2 additional minutes. Yeah, I need the food, sir. 10 minutes seems like a good number for this. For the big oven, might be a little more. But yeah, so this hasn't been used, and now this is our second time using this. So when I actually have to clean the oven, I think yesterday I just wiped it down with paper towel and water on the inside. That was it. Once I get to cleaning it, I'll actually like, but 10 minutes roughly, they're baked. Adding an extra 2 minutes just to make sure everything, because I rotated it so they can get nice even color. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I don't think you guys understand. I'm very happy. Very, very happy. Because we've had listen, you watch all the live streams, if you've ever been a part of any of the live streams, you know there's always something. The oven, I have to pause to rotate. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like it's just too much. This one, easy breezy. Hopefully, we can make it last ever. Okay, I am going to where's my tongue? Oh, that's the tongue. Because I like, oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, I wear glasses. Oh, God. Just want to pull it out. I need to get some mitts that have like the rubber grips because these things are slipping and sliding over here. And I don't like that. Slipping and sliding. Yep, we're good to go. We are good to go. Oh, baby, look at this. Do you see that? Amazing. Do you see how beautiful they are? And this doesn't even have any added yeast. It does have baking soda because the baking soda helps with the acidity and it actually helps the sourdough discard. It does help it. No baking powder. Because if you don't put I've tried it. You've done it online. Okay, we've done it. So I want anyone coming here saying, oh, you don't need it. No, we tried it. Okay. This is how I can confidently tell you that the muffins and the loaf cakes, they need a little bit of baking soda. A little bit. Not a lot. Because my discard pretty much does most of the work, but it just helps, you know? So I just put the last two in. You guys don't have to worry about that. I'm just setting the camera here so you can see the final product. Oh, I'm about to have a baby photo shoot with these guys. What? Oh, are you about to like be rude up in here? I'm doing it like that. Okay, so this was the first batch. As you can see, what the first batch is looking like, right? And this was the second batch that we just took out of the oven. And these guys sat for about 2 minutes. Oh, he's a little brown. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So you need 10 minutes. When you bake it for 10 to 11. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything more than that is going to give you something you don't want. And to be honest, they do have a lot more height than the first guys. Maybe because I paid attention to how I was dropping the scoop, how I was scooping them. That could be another factor. Maybe letting it sit for a little while helps. That could also be a factor, right? But there's a slight difference. However, it could be anything. It really could be the fact that I paid attention to my scooping. I scooped, I leveled, and I put. So they're all the same size, they're uniformed, everything like that, right? These guys went up, these guys spread a little. There's subtle differences. We use the same scoop size, right? But it's okay. It's the same product. They'll taste the same and they smell amazing. That's the most important thing for me. Okay. So let me just put you down. 'Cause I don't want you doing the most right now. Okay. I'm gonna move the camera. I'm gonna pan the camera so you guys get a better look. Close up. So this is it. These are things that we made today. Cranberry orange, has a little bit of cinnamon, has a little bit of heart here, has orange juice, orange zest, a little bit of milk, a little bit of butter, brown sugar, white sugar, vanilla extract, along with almond extract. And here we have it. You know, we do have to do our customary taste test. This one we can taste. Okay, it's peeling away nicely. I want to see what it looks like on the inside. I like cutting with serrated knives, making cake bread. Right? There's a nice crust because of the sugar that we added, and I'm not mad. This is what the inside looks like. This little guy has one little baby inside. Delicious. But the prime structure looks good. There's not tunneling happening. There's no tunneling, I should say. With tunneling, just to give you an example, the holes will start from here. I'm just picking this hole. And then it will just go all the way up. So there's no tunneling, which is good. And tunneling usually happens when you overmix something. So once you add the flour, hold it. Just gently, just do it like this. Do it like twice, and then your fruit, your nuts, whatever you're adding to it, and then do it right. Just do it like that, and it'll be fine. You just want the flour to be moist because as it sits, it soaks up all the moisture. So I'm gonna taste this. It smells good. It's good. This first guy is a little on the dry side because we baked it longer than 10 minutes. But flavor, it's good. It might not even be 10 minutes. And it's not dry like you're gonna choke. I always aim to have moist muffins, right? But it's good. It's really good. So if you're using a mini oven like me, 10 minutes. A big oven, you might need between 10 to 15 minutes because you just might need it. But honestly, I'm happy with the results. Just look at this little cute guy. It's gorgeous. Nice crust. There's sprinkled sugar on here, which is good. Okay. So I'm excited. What are we doing tomorrow? Hot dog buns? I think we're doing hot dog buns. I'm just gonna look at the oh, yeah. So hot dog buns. We're back here tomorrow at tomorrow Saturday, right? 10 a.m. tomorrow. We're back here tomorrow. We're gonna be making hot dog buns, and we're gonna be using Gourmia. Okay. Gourmia is my homegirl right now. But again, so you can see this is the beautiful products we made today. We should have been using Gourmia since the beginning. What? Now I want to remake everything and just see how different it is, you know? But then that would be fair because I have more knowledge now. But this is it. This is what we've made. This is the crumb structure. It is nice and fluffy, right? And I know I said it was like it feels dry, but you eat this with tea, you're fine. Not dry like bread, and it's not moist like a cake. But it's good. I like it. I didn't choke, which is good. Okay, that is it. Thank you so much. For this live, we are done. This was really good. That is it for this video. Come back here tomorrow at 10 for the last day. We're going to be making hot dog buns. Hopefully. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being a part, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.